Oh yes, we cannot lose the game. We cannot lose the game. And our opponent also cannot win the game, probably for the end of this match. Oh, this was exactly perfect. We will get to 0 and nobody cares. It's just the number, you know? 0 life. Who said that you can win games on 1 life because it's the resource? Just win games at 0 life. It's easier. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today deck that literally cannot lose. It's not a metaphor, it's written on the card. Herald turned down one of our main strategy pieces, spells that you cannot lose the game and your opponent cannot win the game. But wait, there's more. It's not enough because this can be removed, right? Well, what if we reanimated it with Perennation, new card from Tarkir that spells that you return the permanent from the graveyard into battlefield, and it has hexproof counter and indestructible counter, meaning this creature won't be able to be targeted by anything and also is indestructible, so it doesn't die to any kind of removal effect. So this is basically game over for most of the decks, especially the aggro ones. You will sit, you probably seen a peek in the intro, but it is just hilarious. Literally with this combination, you know if your opponent's deck can win the game or they cannot. And most of the decks just cannot win against this. And we even managed to rank up with this deck, so I'm super happy about it. And the games were absolutely hilarious. This is probably the most funny way to win the game when your opponent calculates for 30 seconds if they have anything to beat this, and they realize they don't, and then they explode. This is so funny. So guys, tell me in the comments if you enjoyed this type of deck, if you want to support the channel and see those decks before everyone else, so we can terrorize the ladder with Invulnerable Angel before everyone knows about it. Check out memberships and Patreon, this really helps. And yeah, let's hit the ladder. Right guys, we are going first and we are preparing for our unbeatable combo. Let's go with Passage, right? We can even get the Forest to make our opponent go, and then we'll go, yeah, yeah. So that's the strategy. We're against a red deck. We have black here, and I don't expect lockdown. I will go for the Forest, even though we have Vault, so we probably will get the Trail. I mean, we don't really need it, to be honest. What happens if we draw a lockdown? We'll kinda regret the stuff. Alright, I will go for white mana then. Especially this is a basic, so it will unlock the Verge. So the idea is that we go for the Forest, but we don't really need to. And this is our Forest, if we care. I think we have to keep removing stuff, right? We'll go for this on turn 4. And not sure if that's Boros, Gruul, or Red, which are all the same deck with different protection spells. Alright, mono red. Because if they don't play another color, we can just keep killing creatures. We have white, so always worth to force your opponent to attack before you remove. Sometimes, you know, you can condition them into not attacking, at least in my dreams. Alright, so let's go with this. This is untapped when we play it as the 4th land. I think we just go another removal. So the next turn is Deadly Derision and the Treasure. I really want to go for the Vault, but you know what happens, like you die. That seems like a bad strategy all around. I usually try to make strategies that don't end in you losing. For example, playing Herald. So sure, go for it, my red champion. Go, the number goes big. So this is probably the moment to remove it. It also gets passive on the stack, so if they pump it with anything else, they don't get this passive anymore. I think this could be the Manifest Dread thing, because they're playing so aggressively. Either this or they only have one creature. So I will still go for it. They might get the 2/2 Dread thingy. See, we read them like a book, but will it matter? That's always the question. If you counterplay them perfectly, does it even matter? We'll try to make sure it does. They lost a lot of power. Oh, we also got 4 damage, because why not? Sure, why not? So we will probably go for the Fabled Passage. And how do we play this? We can hit removal and keep ramping. That is a pretty cool thing to do. They could Abrade theoretically. I don't think they play this really. especially in this version. We want to go 2 for 1, so I think we just play the Vault. And you know what? We can just take the Forest. We need double... Well, that can be a pain land. But only on the next turn. I'm not sure if we have to do it like this, but I don't want my opponent to, you know, have a moment to, you know, answer in any weird way. I think we'll just take black mana and that's it. That's why we never need to pain ourselves. We can use this turn. So if they don't pump, we get the treasure and we cycle the Herald, potentially. We probably want to kill the Scamp, because we don't know what this is. It could be like a land. I didn't pay attention. Every time you see, for example, if they have selection out of 2 cards, right? So if you see the other card was a creature, this is a creature, because they would never take, you know, like a land over a creature. So by seeing the other card, you can kind of tell what's up. I didn't pay attention because I was busy talking about some super important stuff. 3 damage, that's fine. Especially that on this turn we can kinda punish it with the Vault, which is something we already wanted to do. We need to get into a reanimation spell. A hard one, huh? Because I could try to play this and win the game out of this. Alright, this is a risky play. I could see this as being wrong decision. Well, this is definitely not the right one. But now we can start doing stuff. Basically, if they don't kill us, so this is Rakdos, so this is Burn Together version. Basically, they are doing this old school, you know, mouse, turn inside out, pump it to oblivion, double hit. I think they also play Slickshot. I'm not sure. Maybe Slickshot is too weak for standard right now. I don't think we need to play the land. I think that's fine. I'm not sure if I played it 100% perfectly, but you know, we need to keep the action going. So we see black mana, that means they also have the sellsword possibility, and this might be the first turn when we do something. I could Deadly Derision on this, and if they pump this, the problem is that they will do it before this resolves and before we get the treasure. So first we do not go for the blockers and see if they go for the damage. There's no way they... 3 damage is okay, I think, guys. I think this is okay. I know it's a lot, but it's not at the point that they can kill us, and they have no power, so... Because when they sacrifice with Burn Together, they sacrifice first, and then you cannot remove creature, you are already dead. So instead we can go for this. If we hit the right card, we'll win right now. I'm not discarding Herald in case... Moment, I'm thinking about many things right now. If I try to kill this, what happens? They probably have more cards. Oh, how do we do it? I think this is a good moment to go for the throat, to be honest. I don't think this should kill us. It might, but I think it shouldn't. Let's see. They can flip it, if that's a mouse. They can pump it, deal like 5 damage with a single pump spell, and get the creature. So this is very risky play, but I still think we have to go for it. Most likely, because that will lower the damage if they don't go for the play. And they didn't use pump spell, so I'm not sure if they don't have it. So the chance this being a non-mouse is pretty decent as well. So anything except mouse and scam doesn't get this kind of value. So basically this should be a good play. Of course it's a mouse. Of course it's a mouse. So they invested 1 mana to deal some damage. Good for them. Good for them. And this is getting a little bit scary. I will definitely open with this because we have quite a lot of mana. Duress. Huh, that's an interesting one. But we still don't want to burn those treasures. We need 6 mana on the next turn. We can Deadly Derision. Then we get 2 treasures, and that's exactly enough for us. If I Duress... Not sure about this one. We don't need the Great Door, probably, it's too slow. I will risk it, because I cannot go for the Angel anyway. Oh, they only have this. That's an interesting one. So they actually don't have a single pump spell. I was sure they have at least one. That's better. So the next draw will kinda decide a ton, because right now we don't need to kill this. And we don't want to. 1 damage, go. Nothing! Nothing! This is not an instant. Alright, so... if we kill this... No, we don't want to waste so many treasures. On the next turn we will have the Herald. So when they try to kill us, we go for it basically indestructible. Like, we are indestructible, but as a player, right? I think when we untap, we should be winning this. But I need to hold all the mana and removal. Our opponent is trying to find a lethal. Like, I can respect this. Like, they have some ways to deal this remaining damage. So this is something. I think they considered playing the Sellsword, because you can just play it as a creature and try to overwhelm the opponent this way. Not great draws, that's for sure. So basically we don't care about life's total, we care about this sacrificing itself to kill the Herald. As long as they don't deal lethal damage, we are kinda fine. And their burn together is sorcery. So they cannot answer to this at the end step with burning us. That's kinda important. Hero, okay. This is not a problem because it cannot target a creature. I kinda want to keep cycling cards. I can just play the Angel later. Lockdown. That's an interesting one. Do we want to sacrifice? No, I don't think it's good. Okay, so at this point we should win the game. The question is how we want to play and, you know, how we will hit. I don't have Reanimation still. That's a bit unfortunate draw. Of course, Reanimation instantly wins the game. So I can go for Herald. They attack for 2. Maximum for 3, so they cannot kill us even. I think I will try to draw more cards. Okay, this is a nice draw. I kinda like it. So if we go Herald... If I lock down, I'm losing the ability to cast Herald. That's why I'm not doing it. So I think instead we'll just go for Collector's Vault. I could take all the mana. Play lockdown. No, it also hits the vault, so I don't think it's worth it here. It's a good card, but not at this stage of the game, and we don't need it. Don't forget, every turn we have 2 chances to draw a win con. And I don't want to go with Herald too early, because then they will see what's going on. I think they will sacrifice creatures trying to burn us. Alright, and if they sacrifice this stuff, then we play the Herald. They don't have really easy way to sacrifice creatures. The only ways are hitting face, so they can sacrifice Scamp or burning together. 4 damage. Alright. I want to make... This has to win the game. You know, that's kinda important. 5-9 mana. Oh, they're going for this. Okay, so this will be 4... Oh, 4 damage! Exactly. Alright, so how do we do it? I think we just play this and then go for a Collector's Vault. No, I like my cards. See? We are playing around their stuff. So now they will sacrifice a creature, we will get to 0, and nobody cares, it's just the number, you know? 0 life? Who said that you can win games on 1 life because it's the resource? Just win games at 0 life, it's easier. This is good stuff. If they play the Sellsword, they probably don't have a way to kill the Angel right now. And now, I still will try to hit stuff. Well... Okay, we might actually try to top deck something. Probably not the most exciting top deck of the year. I think we just go lockdown here. And I think I need more lands. I think we actually do. By the way, you cannot... as far as I remember, you... Oh, okay, this is okay. So if that was pay 1 life, You would not be able to activate the Painlands, but they actually just deal damage. They don't ask. That means I don't need to take green mana. Let's go for black-white. I think we will go with white, because we might use the lockdown. Alright, we definitely can hit the face. It's not like we won't. Let's give our opponent a timer that they are so fond of themselves. And probably lockdown is the best. We will lose the Vault, but we can just play the Great Door. I'm considering keeping this, because if they play a creature to sacrifice it, to hit Herald somehow, we can just kill it in response, but I'm not sure if it's even needed. No, I don't need this. I'll just go this. I honestly think this is good enough, because that means that they cannot sacrifice Scamp anymore and hit the Herald. Their win con is getting Scamp to 6 power, attacking, sacrificing, and killing Herald. That's how they will try to win. And with the Great Door, we still have good card selection. So this should be fine. We want another Herald, because when this one dies, we won't have the time to reanimate it. So let's see. Our opponent had really deadly opening. Like, most of the decks would die to this. And yep, they just scoop. They cannot win against this angel. 0. Oh yes. Alright, let's see this one. You know, we have some stuff and we don't have the other stuff, so we will see. That's my professional, you know, review of this hand. I really want to see aggro, so we okay, alright, maybe it's Esper. We probably want to kill this. Even though we have a lockdown, it's such a good card, we'll probably try to do stuff with this. But it's not looking great, guys. It's actually not looking great, because with this, I really don't want to show this, but I have to, because I already have one in the hand. So our opponent knows exactly after this Surveil, then they know everything. However, it gives us extra draw, so we kinda have to do it. Alright, this is a Slick Shot deck. Alright, I didn't expect it. I did not expect it. We have double white, so no point. That means it's not Esper Pixie, because I was really scared about Hopeless Nightmare absolutely decimating our hand. So I'm kinda happy with this. So we keep go for the Throat, and we wait until they commit to the board for lockdown. Other than this, we wait for Vault or the Great Door, so we can, you know, do stuff. They should know. We had no priority before that. Alright. 2 cards. That's pretty smart, so they can... Oh, 2 lands. That's not what they wanted. That's a big deal. I could just take this 3 damage. That's rough. If they have Spellbeers, they can get such a good deal. Also, if they have Protection spell, we'll basically waste this, and they will even deal more damage. If we lock them down, they cannot do it, but then they have free reign over the game. I will try, but I think they will mitigate this, and we will take more damage and lose a card. But I will try. I think they have Shore. Alright, they didn't. Okay, that's good. That's the good case for us. Alright, here's the Herald. We have double... Okay, I was scared we cannot play this. That would be a bit of a disaster, because I was waiting for this. So they will play the land, waste 1 of those cards. So they actually paid 2 mana to get 1 extra card. That's good for us. And they keep doing stuff. Slate, they can use both of those cards. Not amazing for us. I would really love them to commit a bit more. Bolt Wave. This is probably something we have to kill, you know? It's not amazing, but it's such a good value. We'll only lock them down if they give us good, you know, reason to. I have literally 0 creatures in the graveyard. Oh boy, this is getting awkward. I really need... That's why we play 8 doors and vaults in total, so this situation doesn't happen to us. So we are in a bit of a pickle. I should really fake a stop. That was a huge mistake. Because that, for example, shows that we have no get losts. Alright. Bro, please chip, please. This is literally the worst combination. We have 6 mana, reanimation spell, no creatures in the graveyard, and double 7-drop. Like, Oh wow, there was a card that actually doesn't contribute. Oh man, this is the most awkward hand in the history, but I think we should be on the right track. Like, I believe that everything we draw from the whole deck will be better than what we have right now. Now, our opponent is trying to burn us. We probably want to have Aether or something to discard this, or a land to play this. Like, one of those two will work. So we should win this game, I think. But, like, especially drawing the second one was like, yeah, I guess I cannot play this. Now we can go with the Heralds, and now we cannot die. I'm not exactly sure when we will cast it. They probably have another Burst Lightning, it feels. And I think this is the moment to play this. Because this makes a huge problem for them, and if they kill it, then we reanimate it even stronger. So I think this was the moment. They have blue mana, they can run counter spells or like protection spells, stuff like this. So why take a risk? This seems to be pretty standard build, so they probably don't. They also have Cory. What? Bro, they're having so much mana. They can actually cast something on the same turn. So they're trying to hit more cards. They probably play Cory in this deck. Bro. Like, oh my god. This guy likes lands. I think they must be playing 2 mana in the deck because, like, yeah, like this is a lot. Let's crack the Fabled Passage. This way, yeah, I think after this turn they literally cannot win. Even if they kill the Herald, they have green mana. I kinda do. But why take the pain if we can cast everything normally? So now they need to kill this. I think they can in this amount with this amount of mana, like burst lightning into lightning strike or something. In which case we play another one, and this one is in the graveyard, which means that we can take it back. So this should be absolutely flawless victory in both players having insanely awkward hand. They will try to win with this. Do we want to pressure with Herald? I don't think they will kill 2 of them on the same turn. But let's play it. That gives our opponent single turn to solve all of this. And they can create 1 Otter. Yep. They cannot kill 2. Oh my god. What a game, man. Right, so this is a little bit scary opening because we have no like card selection, but we run 8 of those, and that means we should hit, especially with Backstreet at the start of the game. Duress. Not a bad card, but we need something like Vault or the Great Door, so we'll basically get rid of everything else, especially that we already have Duress. And look at this, our opponent, you guessed right, they are playing mono red. I know, nobody would believe this. Like, do I want to lock it down? I probably do, which means we will go with Duress now. This way we can also try to prevent the hero. Are you serious? Okay, I guess this non-creature spell deck doesn't have non-creature spells. yeah. I mean, this is an oopsie. Normal. Why would you? All right. It's not a bad card, but definitely I wonder what they cut for it. So we can log the. Okay, we can kind of know what the next play is, and we don't know if that's a land, and if that's a land. That's kind of the big thing. So we could log down and try to force them to start again, or we can go with Collector's Vault. We have 2, so we can kinda do stuff. Oh, this is an awkward turn. I honestly think we go like this, guys. I'm honestly not sure if we can win this, because they, like, after this Duress, we kinda are behind on cards. We need to hit our combo really quickly, and I don't really have time to set up Collector's Vault. So I might just do it on the next turn, right? Okay, this is kinda okay, I guess, because it's a little bit of a slow play for our opponent. And now we have the Vault, so we can start, you know, trying to get into Herald. So if we hit the card, we win. I think we will be fast enough to reanimate, because we can... I think if we have 2 perfect cards and discard Herald, I think we can win on the next turn already. But I think we probably won't get this opening. Marcus Aurelius, playing mono red. I'm somehow I press X to doubt, right? I'm not sure if that would be the case. Alright, so let's take 5 damage as the punishment. Right, they are not pumping, but maybe they can. They already have 1 spare mana. And I think that was a priority. No, don't touch my vault. It's mine. It's mine. Get your own. It's uncommon, so you can craft it and put it into your mono red to see how cool it feels to actually have a decision during the game. So I think we go with the Herald. We won't get to it naturally. To be honest, like, this is probably better. But what if the next card is, you know, the Reanimation? We can actually play it with this. The problem is that they will see it. That's the only problem I have with this. But otherwise, I'm risking. Alright, I will risk it, because if I hit the card and I don't have this in the graveyard, I will lose my mind. Let's go. I think it won't work. Now our opponent knows. Yep, now they know. Well, they think it's Zombify, so they don't know the full picture. Alright, we missed. Very, very bad. Very, 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 very bad. Is there something I can do? Probably hit removal, right? Six mana. So if I hit Deadly Derision, I can use it. Ramp. This also means that we have one less land in the library. So it's better than just playing planes. Because we are trying to draw a non-land. Alright, man. And I want to play kinda a little bit slowly, not tap, because that would suggest that I have plenty of removal and I'm waiting for their pump spells. In which case they should, instead of pumping this and trying to win on this turn, they should probably just try to attack, see the reaction, and then play more creatures, so, you know, they can win on the next turn. So I hope for this kind of pattern, right? If we tap, they just attack and pump Monster Straight and we lose. So see, they are trying to play the least impactful cards and they can haste it with Village. But that will be what? Their whole mana. So this will be what? 3, 5, 8. That's not lethal. And they need 2 mana if they want to attack with this. I hope they don't have a land. They would probably play it by now. If I kill something, it will be Nemesis. So I think this is the good moment. First we go for the passage, so we get one less land. What the land is? Probably Swamp. We will be at 1, so the treasure needs to be Forest. Basically green mana, right? So let's go for a Swamp here. We could go for the plains, I believe. And now we can get this and see the card. Oh my god, such a bad card. I will keep this because it gives us extra draw basically. And I mean the Fabled Passage is just better. I don't think there's any chance we'll live longer than 1 turn, but I will try. So we will be at literal 1, I believe, right? If I count it right. And now we need to make the play. Oh, we are not doing it. 5, 7. So if I play Fabled Passage, I can get 1 extra card. Right? Do I count it right? Because no, I can use 2 treasures and make new 1. So I can actually go for the Backstreet, which is better. 5, 7. We go to 5 only lands. I also need to accommodate the Pain land because I cannot use those. Yeah, we get the treasure from this. We play this and we pay 6 life. This will be forest, this will be plains, and this will be a swamp. So we can play this land. All of this for extra chance to draw the card. But that's it. I mean, we can also do it like this. Same thing. Now we need to draw it. We didn't, we are bad at Magic, we lose. So I think we maximize the value of this whole situation, but you need to still draw your Reanimation spell in top 18 cards, otherwise it just doesn't work. Let's see if the next card was the thing. Unfortunate, but what can you do? I think we really played it nicely. Alright, we will get rid of this. We just don't draw the cards that we need. Alright guys, on the draw we have the pieces, we just need to solve everything. We need a bit of time, we need to play Collector's Vault, we have 2 of them, so even if somehow one gets removed, we should be fine. And so far so good. Let's go for the land, we drop the Vault, and alright. This was a bit of a slow start because we are on the draw, but now we are even. So our oh man, I'm pretty sure this deck literally cannot do anything. I tell you. Oh, this will be glorious. I like my cut downs. They are pretty decent. I think I will take it. I literally have everything I need. All I care about is about hitting probably one land, and like that's it. We play the next one, we get to 5 mana already, and we need one more land. So whenever another creature enters, you gain life. I could kill it now. I could even burn the treasure to get rid of the cut down, but we are not making progress then. Huh, this is an interesting one. If I kill this, they might not have the life gain. Alright, let's go for it. Especially that next turn we have a cut down and Deadly Derision, so we actually can keep doing stuff. If they have a lifelinker, it needs to attack, so they cannot use this lifelink. They probably don't have great ways to gain life. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Alright. We want to hit a land. I could drop another Vault, but I need basically all of the cards except Herald. So I think we just keep cut down. Yeah, that should be good, because we have this game. All we need to do is go for the combo. This is only 4 damage. I honestly do not care one bit. So our opponent doesn't realize what's going on, and we can punish. They think we care about this damage. Oh yes. So I can kill a creature, but we can just try to cycle a card. I'm surprised they don't play anything. Maybe they have removal in hand or something, or they're just spamming Rise the Past when we kill this. So there is the chance they want to pressure us, force us to kill those creatures, pay the ward, and then get everything back and try to go for the kill. They have something. They do have something. Herald, I don't expect an exile effects. So right now we want to hit a land from the top, and we win the game probably. Oh yes, we cannot lose the game. We cannot lose the game. And our opponent also cannot win the game, probably for the end of this match. Will they scoop or they have the answer? So this is 6/6 hexproof indestructible angel. That means we literally cannot lose. Oh, this was exactly perfect. Well, I hope you enjoyed those games, because I sure did. That was hilarious. This is probably the most fun way to win a game, when your opponent literally knows they cannot beat this in anything they have in the deck. And that's also a nice punish for playing the same, aggro decks over and over that basically do not try to interact with anyone, and they just try to hit face. I mean, hit face all you want, because I have the angel that tells that I cannot lose the game. So that's a nice way to win the game. And if you didn't know, this was a bit of a dream the dream deck for me. You probably don't know because I never mentioned it, but before I started this channel, I don't know, like 4 years ago, I actually was playing Historic with Platinum Angel, trying to make this kind of strategy work. And I will show you the deck right now, and you will laugh, so don't make the second deck, alright? This deck was made like 4, 5, 6 years ago, I don't remember. I didn't play it since, but I tried to make a hexproof, indestructible, Platinum Angel. Something we do right now with a single card. And here's the deck. And guys, this is literally me before starting the channel, few years before the channel was even an idea. I was playing with this type of stuff. Platinum Angel, spells. You cannot lose the game, your opponent cannot win the game. It doesn't have flash. It has worse stats than the Herald. It has the same cost. And my idea for this deck was literally to use Front Temporal Gateway to put a permanent at the end step so they cannot respond to this angel. Then when the angel is in the battlefield, I use Chance for Glory. This gives you indestructible on all the creatures that you have. This is not until end of turn. This is permanent, indestructible, and then you take an extra turn with this one, and then you lose the game, but you cannot lose the game. So that was my idea, and that was indestructible part, right? But I still had to solve that they can basically exile it, do something like this, and I decided to just keep playing, counter spells to counter all the spells that could kill the Platinum Angel. Right now, we basically have all of this within a single card in Abzan. Just reanimate, indestructible, hexproof. Also, Angel is also there. It has flashed right now. So this is kind of fun blast from the past. Don't make this deck, alright? I made this deck, I don't know, 5 years ago. Like, it probably would get absolutely torn apart by everything right now. But that was, a bit of a journey. And yes, this produces double artifacts, so mana, double chorus mana, so we can ramp into Angel if we don't hit the gateway. So yeah, that was the journey, and I hope you liked it. So guys, let's go back to our today's deck. And now we are back to the present times of Standard, where all of this is done by a single card, basically. And I think this is a great moment to thank someone who helped making this video. You guys. Patrons that allow us to make the craziest decks possible in Standard and just annoy our mono-red opponents with cards that are actually interesting, so maybe someday they will realize that Magic is a very cool game and they start reading new cards. So yeah, roasting mono-red is part of the experience at this point. Really thank you guys for your support, it is super appreciated. And let's go back to Perennation. This is a fun one. We will probably make more decks with this, because this, like, if you have creature that is annoying enough, but it can be killed, and you combine it with this, it just becomes incredibly annoying, and your opponent cannot get rid of this, and that opens a lot of fun possibilities. And I didn't really talk about the Atraxa, Valgavoth, but I decided that all of those creatures are equally annoying, because sometimes you need this lifelink to make sure that if something bad happens, you are back to like 30 life, because you had so many turns of attacking with lifelinker like Atraxa, and just get back from -5 to 15 or 20. Also, Atraxa is really good here. I think maybe you should play even triple Atraxa instead of one Valgavoth, because this enables you to hit another Perennation and another Herald and probably another way to discard a card. So basically, your idea is to have more of them than one, so whatever happens, like sacrifice effect, because probably the biggest problem of this whole strategy are counter spells, sacrifice effects like Lydiana and Edict, and Sunfalls, right? Those are three things, and Atraxa really helps against the sacrifice effects, because you can just keep making new ones and perennating each one of them. So I think this is a good one, so we can keep going. Also, your opponent needs to solve this problem within 4 turns. If you add to the board, like when you have Herald already in the board, this is 6 damage, so that means, 4 turn lethal. So if you keep adding to this board and adding new problems, your opponent really do not have many draws, and even like tempo-wise, it's so hard to answer this kind of threats. Of course, this is more of a fun deck. I ranked up with this one, but most likely because I was playing against mono-red a lot, and if you if you meet a full control deck, it's very hard to resolve anything, and we don't really want to play around it, because this is not really the matchup we want to hit. We still keep 4 Duresses. This is one of the reasons I kept all 4 of them, because it can mess even control decks just enough so you can reanimate one creature and try to finish the game on this if they don't have the right cards. You can also get rid of their Sunfall so they don't have the answer to reanimated Herald. So this was the idea, worked for me. I don't think it's a very competitive build, but it's definitely a super fun one. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching until the end. You are absolutely awesome. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow.